Hey church, welcome to day 11. Good to see you. I'm Joe Hollenbach. I'm a member here. So glad you're checking in. This season of fasting has been an amazing moment for a lot of things. It's, for me personally, been awesome to kind of work on the things within myself that need the work. And I hope you're finding Jesus around every corner as you try to draw near to him with this fast. Today, I'm going to begin part 1 of 2 on Isaiah 58. So we're going to do 2 days on 14 verses of scripture in Isaiah where they get into the heart of what it means to do a fast. And a little bit about me, I'm a preacher's kid. My dad is my biggest spiritual mentor by a mile. I just grew up always knowing I could ask him questions. And more than anything, he taught me the heart of the Father for his children through the way that he allowed me to approach. And it's something that I've always cherished and loved. So I asked him, we're coming into this season of fasting, Dad. What do I need to focus on? Where can I go to get some context for what makes fasting so important? And he sent me to Isaiah. He said, spend some time in Isaiah 58, reflect on it, pray on it. And after about a week of, reading it every day and looking at it, it became both challenging to me, but also a great encouragement. So I do want to say that up front. This is not meant to discourage you. This is not meant to make you feel like you're not living up to anything. We're human. But it's a beautiful passage because it does tell us what God is not looking for in a fast and the things that can maybe curtail us or drive us down the wrong path. And so that's the part that I just want to, encourage you. It's okay if you're there. You can get back on and get to the right stuff. And the best part is the second half of Isaiah 58 is all about what delights the Lord. So he gives us a roadmap of exactly where we need to be in this. So to give you context on Isaiah, he's a prophet from the Old Testament. He's largely considered to be one of the greatest, if not the greatest. And he's speaking in 58 with the Lord. And one of the things happening to the nation of Israel is there's a growing discontent with God, which isn't uncommon in the Old Testament, but it's a growing discontent over the fact that they feel as though the Lord's not listening to them. They're finding themselves as a nation in earnest fast, praying for things like social justice and oppression to end, and they just feel like God shut them out. And so the Lord, he approaches Isaiah and he brings up, it's not so much that their desire's in the wrong place, it's more that their heart, their mind, and the rest of their life doesn't align with what they're asking of me. And for me, this is super informative because it tells me that I cannot approach God in this manner of fasting in a compartmentalized way. It can't be this aspect of me that's doing this prayer. It has to be my whole life, and the Lord is the one saying so. It has to basically permeate or infiltrate everything about me and every walk that I have. So I'm going to get into it, the first 7-8 verses here today, and then we'll catch the rest of it after. And so the Lord gives us a question in this passage. He doesn't tell us what's wrong. He actually asks a question, the same way I kind of do with my kiddos when they are acting in a way that isn't right. I don't necessarily come down on them all the time. I go, is that really the way you want to behave? And they know what that means. It's instructive, but it's also allowing them to figure it out. The Lord's asking, is this fast delighting me? Is this fast good to me? You fast in this one way, but then you turn to your brother and you treat him with anger or envy or contempt. You're short with your spouse. You're short with the people around you. You're unwilling to put away the bickering. And, that's not okay. You've got to allow it to draw you near to the Spirit of God so that he can begin to make anew in you the fruits of the Spirit. The other thing is, he's also pointing out that there's an overabundance of people who are doing it and getting puffed up religiously. They're growing too pious. They think too much of themselves. They're wearing sackcloth and they're, covering themselves in ash. And woe is me, look at me before the Lord. I'm so earnest in this. And, the Lord is saying here, that's the wrong heart to do this. It's not about sequestering yourself away from people, putting yourself away and shutting up and, being showy when you are around them about how holy you are. You need to seek out your brother in a time of fast. You need to listen to their concerns. You need to encourage them. If you see a hungry man, you need to feed him. You need to go to him, not walk to the other side of the street, as the Lord puts it, and avoid him. These are the things that, were encouraging to me on day 11 because they basically let me know that I can check myself at any point with really simple questions. I came up with a few. I'll share them with you. Look at it this way. How are you living? How was the last interaction with your spouse? How was the last interaction with your boss? Were you short to the guy who cut you off in traffic? Is your heart in the right space at all times as you seek the Lord steadfastly in your fast? If the answer is yes, great job. You're better than me. I've already messed up a few times. If the answer is no, join the club. It's okay. Being present and being aware of where your heart is and asking for God to reestablish in you the confidence to do this right is okay. We'll cut it off there and we'll see you tomorrow for part 2. Take care.